The Juventus Champions League title 2022 over PSG, followed by Paris winning in 23 and Man United winning in 24. More to come from the new Man United manager in another video. This video is about Juventus' early quest to the UEFA Champions League title, and hint number one, Juventus avoid Liverpool, Bayern, City, PSG in the first two rounds of the knockouts. Juventus are up against Villareal in the Champions League knockout stage of this year. And I will break down Champions League predictions for the round of 16 and what we can expect for the draw for Juventus in the quarterfinals. Villareal is now 13th in the table with 4 wins and 5 losses, up against the two centers of attention for Juventus, the two stars of the show, Paulo Dybala, Federico Chiesa. This is the significance of 4 wins and 5 losses. Juventus do not have Cristiano Ronaldo. Juventus will face off against Cristiano Ronaldo in the round of 8. The quarterfinals, I see Juventus up against Man United. Which team who has faced off against Villarreal twice is going to get the better of each other in the quarterfinals? Man United, the Atletico Madrid killer, Cristiano Ronaldo, is going to defeat Manchester United again. He's going to defeat Atletico Madrid against Cristiano Ronaldo. Because Atletico Madrid, they lost the first time, the second time, the third time, the fourth time, and with Juventus, Cristiano Ronaldo is 5 for 5 against Atletico Madrid. Cristiano Ronaldo is going to be 6 for 6 against Atletico Madrid. Cristiano Ronaldo is the beast. Cristiano Ronaldo is the Antichrist. Cristiano Ronaldo, the demon. Cristiano Ronaldo, the evil man, will torment Atletico some more. Sorry, guys. Cristiano Ronaldo is going to defeat Atletico Madrid again. Atletico Madrid are playing mid-table right now in Bundesliga. And I need more coffee. Liga 1. La Liga. What is this guy out? He's crazy. And the first goal in La Liga since being drawn against United would be goal number 28. United has got Jamachi of 28. Their next goal in La Liga is goal number 28. In the Premier League, Man United has 8 wins and 5 losses right now. The draw was rigged, by the way, because Atletico has Jamachi of 85. Man United has 8 wins and 5 losses. Chelsea drawing against Lille in Ligue 1. Chelsea has 36 points. LOSC Lille has got Jamachi of 36. This is how the Champions League draw is rigged. Back to Juventus and Villareal. You can totally see Juventus winning the Champions League by playing Villareal and Man United. Man United are nothing nowadays, right? They're mid-table side. This is when Juventus can revenge against Man United. The dark horse last year was Chelsea. The dark horse this year is Juventus. And if Man United beat Atletico Madrid, you're making progress towards being a Champions League contender. This is where Paul Pogba faces up against Juventus. This is where they faced off in the group stage a couple of years ago. And this is where, obviously, Cristiano Ronaldo is up against Bonucci and Chiellini in the back line. It is Villarreal that has gematria of Paulo Dybala. It is Villarreal that also has gematria of Paulo Dybala and Federico Chiesa. And simple gematria, it is the beginning of a run, beginning against Villarreal before it all ends against the team from Paris, France. It is Villarreal Club de Football that has gematria of Manuel Locatelli. If Juventus do well in the Champions League, it's got to be the star acquisition, Euro title winner Manuel Locatelli. Dybala, Chiesa are the main stars of the show. It is time for Manuel Locatelli, Legista, to be the star of the show in the midfield. Before this is another thing too with being drawn up against Man United. Juventus after defeating Villarreal, can go to Old Trafford because it is Old Trafford. Old Trafford has got Gematria 56. And long and behold, look at this. Villarreal Club de Football has Gematria of Old Trafford. It is Manuel Locatelli. It is Villarreal that has Gematria of Old Trafford. So you have Juventus are going back to Manchester to knock off Cristiano Ronaldo from the Champions League in the quarterfinals. PSG Juventus face in the final. Juventus, the semifinals, I do not know yet, but this is how Juventus is going to win the Champions League. Because PSG have a weak midfield and all that, and Juventus are going to have a hell of a legendary performance in the Champions League final against PSG. Juventus with 8 wins and 5 losses right now as they got drawn in the Champions League round of 16. This is the Gematria of Paris Saint-Germain. So it is going to win the Champions League and defeat Paris. Juventus is 7th in the table. They have 7 Champions League losses. Juventus next goal after being drawn in the knockout round of the competition will be goal number 24. It is Russia, the site of the final. That's got Gematria of 24. Once I go back here, Russia has Gematria of Juventus. And will Juventus need to win the Champions League to qualify for the Champions League of the following season? No. Because Juve can win. Napoli lose to Milan because Milan has 13 wins and 2 losses because it's Rossoneri that's got Gematria 132. So AC Milan are going to win this week. Juventus are going to win this week. And then once January the 6th is around the corner, when Juventus defeat Bologna, when Juventus defeat Cagliari, this is when Juventus defeat Napoli. This is when Juventus are 2 points back against Napoli once they lose to AC Milan, once they lose the tickets, because Napoli, all they're doing is winning the Europa League. By winning the Europa League, this is how it's rigged. Juventus qualify for the Champions League. Napoli, if they get knocked out, they win Europa, and then they qualify for the Champions League. So, yep, I think the big Fugazi is along the way. No doubt about it. Other Champions League predictions. So Man United are going to defeat Atletico Madrid in La Liga. Atletico Madrid right now with 8 wins and 3 losses. This is the Gematria of football, by the way. Having Gematria of 83 and 29 at the time of the Champions League draw. We see that, well, these teams don't have 29 points, but Atletico Madrid certainly does have 29 points. 29 in football has more to do with the English clubs. But Man City drawn against Sporting Club de Football. It's Portugal that's got Gematria 38. Man City have a total of, well, at the time of the draw, they had 38 points, but then they played yesterday. They're at 41 points. That's the main thing to note with Sporting Club de Football. They're up against in the Champions League draw, up against Manchester City. Obviously, Man City beats Sporting. Let's see. The knockout record since winning the Champions League from Manchester. Let's take a note here. That's 3-1. That's 6-2. That's 6-3. That's 7-4. That is 7-5. That is 8-5 because PSG has Gematria of 85. 8-6, losing to the greatest of all time because the greatest of all time has Gematria of 86, and that obviously is gonna be Lionel Messi. That is the greatest of all time. So Man United should be 9-7. Will Man United be 8-7 because of the fact that it is Russia, the side of the final that's got Gematria of 87, 8-7 since winning the Champions League? No, I think Man United will be 9-7 and then probably lose to Juventus in the quarters to be 9-8 since winning the Champions League title in 2008 because it's champions and then Red Devils that's got Gematria of 98. So that's all the proof that I need that Juventus are going to defeat Manchester United in the quarterfinals when it's all said and done because 9-8 and champions and Red Devils. Liverpool should beat Inter. Taking a look at the record of Inter Milan in the Champions League since winning its last title, Uh, you know, 1-1. That's 1-2. I like Inter to be 1-3 in the Champions League since winning its last title because this is the year that Serie A wins its 13th Champions League title, and likewise the record computation of Liverpool since its last title in 2019 against Tottenham. That's 0-1. That's 1-1. That's That's 0-1, 1-1, 1-2. Liverpool will be 2-2 since winning the Champions League because it is. Well, they're referred to as Inter, but it is Milan and it is Italy that has gematria of 22 in English gematria. So Liverpool have a better team, but gematria does gematria does explain the record sequences of the team since their last title. PSG obviously defeat Real Madrid. Messi, Neymar, torment Real Madrid as former Catalans. The record of Real Madrid since the departure of Cristiano Ronaldo dos Santos Aveiro: 0-1, 0-2, 1-2, 2-2, 2-3. Real Madrid will be 2-4 since the departure of Cristiano Ronaldo because it's Russia, the site of the final. That's got gematria 24. Lionel Messi is born on the 24th day of the year. It is, when Ronaldo left Real Madrid, he left for Juventus. So that is the meaning of Juventus having gematria 24. So tie in the title of Real Madrid with their knockout record since that time. Atletico, how about the record since losing the final? They're trying to make it back there, right? So that's 2-1, that's 2-2, that's 3-2, that's 3-3, it's 3-4, and then 3-5 would be the record. Could they go 4-4 because of the fact that it's Red Devils that's got gematria 44? I think the better thing to compute with Atletico is the knockout record with Diego Simeone. 3-1, 4-1, 4-2, 7-2, 7-3, 9-4 because Real Madrid Club de Football has got gematria of 94. 9-5, losing to Juventus. 10-5, 10-6, 10-7, 10-8. The knockout record of Simeone will be because it is Cristiano that's got gematria of 108. Chelsea will defeat Lille. No ifs or buts. They're gonna defeat Lille. Let's circle that as a win. Man United defeat Atletico Madrid. Liverpool defeat Inter. Bayern will defeat Salzburg, barring any miracle. La Liga's on the downside, so that'll be one of the storylines. Is that La Liga's on the downside, and England, the rich get richer. So, yep. That's 4 English clubs advancing. So, yep. I got Juventus penciled in to face off against Man United. Yeah, this is a mystery right now. They can absolutely beat these two teams. At PSG, they can win because I think they have weaknesses. And because I believe they are going to avoid Liverpool and avoid Bayern, is what I have to say about the other contenders. Bayern defeats Salzburg. It's Bayern will be 2-1 since that time. Are they going to face off against PSG in the quarters? Are they going to face off against City? I have to say that they may face off against Man City. Maybe to be 2-1 since its last title. Either they face off against Qatar or they face off against City. So Pep Guardiola may eventually face off against Bayern. So I already gave the predictions for those 3 ties. In the 7 ties in Benfica and Ajax, it's got to go with Ajax maybe. Who knows if Ajax make it to the semifinals and they go off against Juventus again. Oh, but Ajax. I'll just go with Ajax there because Portugal sucks, honestly. So, yep. that is my round of 16 computation. Juventus win the Champions League this year. Before next season, where it starts to get more clearer.